Hey crafters, it's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts, and we're going to make a card today with the besties. Woohoo! So this is the little cutie that I'm using today. Isn't she adorable? She's got little glasses on, and her name is Clever Chloe. I'm guessing it's Clever Chloe because here is what it says on the bottom. But do you see how it's spelled? C-H-O-L-E. So if you look for, I'm going to definitely leave the link down below so that you can find her instantly. You don't have to look. But if you were to search for her, you need to spell it C-H-O-L-E, even though I think it's supposed to be Chloe, because otherwise she doesn't come up. So let's go down to the table and make a card with her today. So the first thing that I did was to peel off the brand new stamp, put it on my block, and I stamped her once on here in black. And then I pulled out a piece of matching paper and some flowers and just some fun stuff from my stash. This piece of paper was sent to me in the mail by somebody. It's shiny and it's already pre-embossed. And then I took the image again and stamped it onto this colored paper so that I could paper piece out her dress. And so this is fussy cut from that paper. This is her dress. And that's going to go right on the top of this image. I've already begun coloring her, so her skin is done. But isn't that cute? Her dress will go on just like that. And it's already colored. I love paper piecing for that reason. And then I've got several different color of flowers that's going to match this paper. And then I'll finish coloring her, cut her out, and then we'll put her on top of the card. Now that I've got Chloe pretty much all colored up here, the only thing that's missing is her dress. And that's the piece that I paper pieced, of course, and it's right here, so we're going to glue that on. And then I've got all the other pieces that I chose to put on here. A piece that matches her dress. And the reason why I did that was because I decided to make it an easel card. So I need something to go on the bottom once it stands up. And that piece will match. And then I also added in the flowers, these 3 flowers that match the colors. So when I added the dress, I realized that not all the colors in those flowers were there. So when I colored her up, all of her extra little bows here on her legs and her hair and stuff, I just added in the colors that I needed to make those other colors in the flowers work. So this piece is going to go on the bottom. If you need a tutorial on how to make this base card, I will try to remember to put that in the description box below. I do have one somewhere on my channel. Otherwise, you can look one up. There's a lot of different versions on how to do it, and it's super easy. You just glue this to the bottom half. Mine is slightly smaller than the actual size of the card, so it just depends on what you add. See how there's a little lip around the edge? So when it stands up, it looks just a little bit smaller. I like that look, so it's all up to you how you want to handle that. And I tend to flip-flop back and forth between using my ATG gun and using my wet glue. Both of them work just fine as long as you're not using a really thin piece of paper. The wet glue works really great. You just don't want a super thin piece of paper if you don't want that glue to bubble up your paper and have ripples there. It looks funny. So the dots on her dress are going up and down, which is what I'm looking at when I place this. I'm thinking, how do I want that to go? Maybe the same, I don't know, it's a little bit wider this way, takes up more of the white space, so I'm just going to go this way, even though it's not the same way her dress went. And then this extra piece matches a little bit of the blue and the teal that I added into her coloring. So I'm going to add that in as well. And I went ahead and cut the edges. This is the punch that I used. It's a Martha Stewart punch. And they don't actually print the name of them on there, but this is what it looks like. So that's going to go on here. And I made it extra long, so some of it's going to have to be cut off. So all I'm going to do is just center that middle bump. See if I can get this to focus in a little bit better here. There we go. Get that little middle bump there just the best I can. It's not going to be perfect. And then just cut off the edges. On the back here. There we go. And then that's where I want to place these flowers, right here. And that's those flowers are going to be what holds up the easel part of the card. So I definitely want them to have a little bit of dimension here. So I'm going to use a little bit of this puppy tape here. And just put a small square on each one. And then close the card up to about where you want it to be. And that's how you can decide where you want your flowers. I'm going to put them on really lightly at first, so I can make sure they go where I want them to before I press them down. And I'm turning them all just kind of one way because I want them all to stop the card at the same point at the top. And then I'm going to give them just a push down so they stay. There. And then that stands up like that. It's really super cute. And then she's going to go on here in the middle here somewhere, so that I can put a little border or a little border here with a sentiment on it. So I'm also going to pop dot her up. So use up that little piece I have left. Cut a little bit more of this. Really should not use those scissors. I got some non-stick ones that are these Fisker ones. Much better to use for this type of stuff. And then I think I'm going to use this whole piece aside from just a little bit. A little bit of this is her dress is winging out there, and I don't want that to get squashed, so I'm going to put one on either side of that. Peel these off, and then I'm going to stick her on. A lot of times when I do my videos, I don't do a full card, or I don't finish it off, or I don't add the sentiment, and that is because I never know exactly who I'm going to give it to. I shouldn't say never. Sometimes I don't. And this is just so dang cute. I love this one. So there we have it with Clever Chloe. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. And you can see the flowers and the opening on the end. Let me see if I can get the whole thing in. Really cute. Definitely there'll be pictures at the end so you can see it a lot clearer. I'll probably either put, like I said, a banner at the top or a banner at the bottom. And most likely it'll be a birthday card or maybe a thinking of you or how awesome you are. I love to give cards to people at work and tell them how awesome they are, because we are oftentimes really overlooked in what we do and we feel underappreciated. So that's always a good thing to do. So I really hope that you enjoyed this bestie video today. I'll be bringing more to you. Look for the next videos announcing our new term. It will run from April, May, and June. April, May, and June. And I'm going to let you know who all made it into the team. And have a great day, and I'll see you guys next video.